Hey guys, Mo Trapper. So I wanted to talk about dispatch with a 22. I do a lot of the dispatch that I do is with either a um, Death Ray by Lee Steinmeier, and actually No BS Lures has taken over for that. So they bought that off of Lee, and they're producing them now. So Kendall at No BS Lures is making the Death Ray. That Death Ray works great. I've used it for years now. It's a great tool. I also recently, I guess maybe 2 seasons ago, I bought a trapper's pole, and the trapper's pole works great too. So those are two great um, methods to dispatch, in my opinion, because I like the lack of blood. Um, I just like the way that those things work. And if you don't know, they're choke poles, so they work similar to a catch pole. You can actually use the trapper's pole. You could use it as a catch pole, but they also have a handle that you can crank, and it tightens that noose down even tighter than you can do with just your hands on a regular catch pole, and dispatches the animal that way. So they work great. There's no blood when you do it that way. You can throw them in the back of your side by side or your pickup truck, and there's just no blood. There are some nuances to using them. I would say if you're interested in it, look up my video for Lee Steinmeier's Death Ray, and I go over a few things in that you might think about if you're gonna get one of those and use it. But today I want to talk about dispatching with 22s. You guys have probably seen, Who's Your Trapper Outdoors. They're always shooting. They dispatch with a 22, and they use a Cricket, I think, a little bolt action rifle, single shot 22. Those work great. I've got the Savage equivalent of a Cricket. It's called a Rascal, I think. It's basically the same gun, just made by a different company. Um, those work great. What I tend to use the most are 22 caliber pistols, and I shoot 22 long rifle ammo whenever I'm doing it. I know a lot of guys talk about shorts. Um, I don't think it really matters. Short, long rifle, whatever you have laying around, it all works fine. Um, this has been my primary trapping dispatch pistol for several years now. It's a Taurus 9-shot revolver. I don't know the model number, but it was pretty cheap. I can tell you that. Um, it's double action, single action, so you can either just pull the hammer back and it cocks, or pull the trigger and it cocks the hammer, or you can cock the hammer to the rear and pull the trigger and fire it. It flips open there. Uh, Cylinder flips open, and you can load nine shells in it. Right. I carry that in um, this Stoner holster. And I did a video on this too. It just hangs over my chest here. It's very convenient, very nice holster. And I've been doing that for 5 or 6 years now. Ever since I got this pistol, that's what I've been dispatching with. I've dispatched hundreds of critters with that combination. It works great. It's a great way to do things, in my opinion. Um, this year, I'm going to be using at least some. So I got a suppressor. So this is a Sparrow 22 by Silencer Co. And this is an M&P 22 compact. So this is a semi-auto versus the revolver, obviously. And you can see that it's empty. But this is a great little addition, I think, to what I'm doing. And the reason is, with this pistol, so with the revolver, a couple of years ago now, I was doing a control job for a guy. He had some raccoons and bobcats and other things getting into chickens. It was fairly close behind his house. I had a couple of sets because I found where they were coming to the chicken coop. I found some trails that I thought were probably the culprits were using, and it turns out they were. And so I was not too far behind his house. I had to check the trap line that week extremely early for me. It was about 4:30 in the morning, I think. And I got back there behind his house. It was frosty, super quiet, just dead calm morning. And I cracked off a 22 with this revolver, and it was extremely loud. It was just a 22, but for the situation, it was thunderous. I felt bad about it when I came back past the house after I was done resetting and everything. The lights were on in the house, so obviously I woke them up, and I apologize for that. But after having that experience, I went ahead and got this suppressor because I thought, if I'm doing control work, if I'm close to houses, close to town, things like that, people probably don't want to get woken up, in the morning, 4:30, to the sound of a of a 22 pistol shot. So this suppressor on this pistol with subsonic ammo, the loudest thing about the shot is the clack clack of the slide moving back and forth, cycling whenever you shoot it. It's movie quiet. It's really, really amazingly quiet. And the subsonic 22 long rifles, I'm guessing are hitting about like a 22 short, but they are extremely effective. So, I mean, this is a very good option, especially like I said, if you're in a situation where you're doing, some control work or something, or you're just close to town, or if you're close behind somebody's house because you're trying to, help them out with, predator control on, chickens. It tends to be around here. A lot of people have chickens, and a lot of raccoons find out where those chicken coops are, and they really like to eat chickens. So, or at least kill them. So that's a good option. With this one, I'm going to be using this Coltec holster, and I'll do a video, I think, on this a little bit more in depth. But it's a nice holster. It carries the pistol and the suppressor, so you don't have to take anything apart. It just covers the whole thing. It's got a little mag carrier on it as well, so you can carry a spare mag. It's a neat holster. So I'm gonna use this a little bit this year, and we'll see how it goes. So you'll probably be seeing that holster in videos as we get on the trap line. So thanks.